Well, it's that time of the week again. It's the War Room. And okay, now you put me up here. So, and of course, Ruff, you're muted.
So I've not said anything yet.
Well, I just want to make sure. So we want to welcome everyone to the best show on wargaming at this time on Saturday.
Coming right too.
And we just want to welcome everyone and thank you for joining us. Today is going to be it's a interesting topic. I thought we haven't discussed this, or at least something along these lines, in a while. And if you see the topic line for the video,
all right, you had to mention it, didn't you?
But today is going to be about storing and organizing your war game collection, or organizing.
Yes. In the thumbnail it's spelled correctly, but in the title I did change it. But of course, it takes forever for Facebook to muck about with it. I could have changed it in StreamYard. But anyway, nobody died.
That's all right. True. I will have a screenshot of this for later use.
But yes, I thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about not only about how we organize and store the games themselves and the components and things like that, but also any strategies or tips that we can share, or anyone in the chat can share, for how to organize their collection on their shelves, and what method do they go by on organizing and storing their war games. So this will be a fun conversation, I think, later in the show. But first, I want to welcome both of these lovely gentlemen. Jester, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Not too bad, as Ruff would say.
Oh,
not too bad.
Yes. Not too bad. Yeah, it was it's a very low-key week for me. I didn't do a single I did do something. I was over on Nerd Workshop channel and we played Wolfpack with Mike Butterjelly and Nerd Workshop. We did all that. We finished the campaign and stuff. So I got a chance to do that. But I was just taking a break away from things. I had other things going on that I had to take care of. And hopefully we'll be back in the swing of things here in a little while.
Cool. Cool. Well, hey, breaks are absolutely needed.
That's the thing. I mean, we might have a subject about this because I wasn't burned out and I would continue doing what I've been doing, but I just decided to just go a different direction for a little while and just see how it goes. I've been playing a lot of action RPGs again, and so that takes a lot of time to do that stuff. And so it's nice because it re-energizes your need to, like, oh, hey, I want to play something now.
Yep.
When you play 5 things every day, you kind of lose the desire to play things. So.
Oh yeah. Yep. There's of course it would be me. There's a Roman proverb about this. You knew it. You knew it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But the phrase is that the mind ought to be diverted, that it may return the better to thinking. And I do think that's very true. Very true. Take rest and then come back and you're refreshed and re-energized.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So, that's what I was doing. I didn't get a lot done, and just in fact, as you guys can see, I got 2 packages in from stuff that I had ordered and just haven't even had the desire to really unbox them and take them out of the box.
Well, speaking of behind you, I noticed that we can see a lot of that floor back there.
We can see a lot of the floor now. Yes, sir. Yeah.
In fact, I believe you shared something earlier this week for everyone on just how different the
I
backgrounds were.
shared a picture of me and Ruff from the good old days. You know, I know Ruff hates that
everyone.
picture with all of his passion.
Lock and load, yes, lock and load.
I like that picture because it shows where you come from and where you're at today.
Well, it's an innocence. It's the innocence, I think, of it all.
The innocence of Ruff, just sitting there listening to every word that I was speaking.
Yes, just
now
like
he could care less.
No.
He could care less. He's like,
yeah. It's and that's what? How many years? 6 years ago, coming up. It's
6.
When Ruff loved everything under the sun.
I still do, but not quite as much.
You've tempered.
I have tempered, and something that in the history today involved you. There is a game associated with it, which I got rid of. So there we go. To be discussed later. Anyway, I'm going to say hello. All I've said. We no Tony this week. He was out and about with doing daughter stuff. Which is fair enough. I've cracked on with, believe it or not, Skies Above Britain. First one, number 5 is finished. I'm actually starting to record number 6. I'm going to get those done. It's just the editing now. You know, my computer's on its last legs.
Did I finally get out of the pub and back in the sky?
No, you've taken. No, yeah, you were fatigued.
Oh, I'm fatigued. Okay.
Yeah, so you'll probably be in the last one.
You were in a mission of like 16 episodes ago. So
yeah, I know, but that's a bit like what you're saying. You know, it's not burnt out. It's just
Nate,
I'm trying to do stuff.
Nate, let's face it, buddy. You don't want an online persona. Your online persona is, it's bad. It's really bad.
Charming, right? That's all I can say. Anyway,
except for the race. Did you watch the race yet, boys?
Race?
No, I have not.
You haven't watched the race?
No.
What's the race? I did a Grand Prix, and I had all the subscribers and YouTubers, and you two are in a.
You're playing a racing game.
I played Grand Prix from GMT.
I didn't see that yet.
No, I haven't seen it either.
I don't know what's going on. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I did that. I talked about it, and so I created teams. So you got Mike Butter Jelly and Herman Lutman, our team, and they are the the designer team. Then we have the co-hosters, which is our Nate and Ruff. And then we have Blue Tweezers and Tony were a team. Let's see who else. Phoenix Knight and Cardboard Commander was a team. And so everyone was vying for points for their team. And you two, Nate, you started in last place. So
great.
Randomly drawing and rolling the dice for and it's like of course Nate's going to show up.
So I crashed and died in Cardboard Commanders one, and I'm in last place in yours.
You took off.
While you two are jibber jabbering, I'm going to say hello to everybody, and it's been very, very patient. I'm going to say hello. If you're in the chat, or if you're watching and you're not said hello, just say hello. For goodness sake, we'd like to see who's here. So carry on. Carry on, boys. I'm just going to say hello to everyone.
Well, I mean, that's it. I mean, we got Cardboard Commander in the chat, and he was in first place. He was watching, and Herman was in first place for a while. Cardboard Commander was in first place for a while, and even Rough Swordsman was in first place for a while. So you're going to have to watch. You're going to have to watch the video. It's I'm
going to watch it.
This on. Yeah.
Are you going to Buckeye this year?
No.
Oh, right. I'll tell you what.
No, I will be going probably to Chicago. My daughter has a bridal. What is it called when you have a
bridal shower?
Is it a
shower? Yeah, have a shower. Yeah.
Baby shower. She's having a baby shower that my wife would like to go to, so we're going to go up there instead.
Rather than going to Buckeye, dear oh dear. Yeah. Now, it's only 2 weeks to PunchCon. Anybody that's going to PunchCon that's in the chat, I'm getting a bit worried. Can you let me know in the chat if you've been contacted about charging for your hotel room? Because I haven't yet. It's only 2 weeks away. If you could let me know. If you haven't, that's fine. But hopefully see you there, David.
Ruff, what games are you going to play at PunchCon?
Well, I've got to discuss with Tweez and with Gareth, and I think David. I think it might be David wants to play Panzer. So yeah, lots to discuss. I just want to know if you've been charged, because if you have, that means I can't go because I haven't got a hotel room anyway. Let me know.
Simon says not yet.
Great. That's all I want to know. Thanks, Simon. Get a bit worried because it's only a couple of weeks. Yorkshire. God bless Yorkshire.
So, Rob, what do you
got
a chance to get some video in this week there, Rob?
We'll try and do some. If I can push Tweez out of the way, because he tends to hog it. You know what he's like. It's all about him, you know. So I've got... yeah, I'm hoping to, yeah.
I think there's a phrase that I know. It's called bless your heart.
Yes, bless your heart, yes. So I'm gone quiet. I'm just saying hello to peeps. Keep talking.
Well, hey, we got a lot of people here. It's great to say hello to everybody.
So if you haven't been around for the last couple weeks, you've been out, you know, and you didn't notice, but 2 weeks ago, we had Mark Herman on, and then last week we had Gene Billingsley from GMT.
Just saying, we saw Chris de Klerk was going live with the CRT Matt. So that was good to see. Yeah, he was actually there. You could see he's a young one.
He was playing with Cardboard Commander as well.
Was he? Oh, yeah. Don't get the notifications. It's Charles, good to see you.
Sunny San Diego.
I think.
Belgium, they're all over the place. We have got them all over the world. Meandering Mike, good to see you. Humid and stormy. It's been lovely. It's been lovely and sunny here, but it's still a bit chilly. It's the time. Yeah, so you know,
it's already warm and humid here, and like it looks like it's trying to rain. Hey, William.
Yep. Ken's here.
And
hey,
I was waiting.
Oh my God! Here we go. Drink. Look at this. I'm almost empty already.
Good to see everyone. Coy, good to see you, sir. Yeah.
So, Nate, how are you doing? Did you get anything done this week other than your video online with your buddy and
the benefits of a small war game collection, or a small collection period, since he's not a war gamer? Actually, so unfortunately, I didn't get to play anything, but I did get to set up and kind of fiddle around with. Again, this will be the second time doing with this game with Plantagenet.
Oh, look at that box cover! Wow, that's a beauty.
Yeah. I think
iconic.
I think Gene was quite relieved we didn't mention that.
I mean, every time I see that box cover, it makes me want to play that game.
I will share with you though that let's see if it pops up here. I think Ruff has
Nordic. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, Nordic.
Just say hello, because there's tons.
Hey, Nordic. 50
people already. So
hey,
say hello. If you've not said hello before, say hello. That would be great to.
Hey, Ruff, can you hit me? I'm sharing.
I will in a minute. Let me just go through. Nearly done.
Okay. Ban that Patrick here. Ban that Patrick dude.
Yeah, we got. Ooh. I think somebody's
got to ban that Patrick dude, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but he's talking about the hotel. Just hope, but Simon says he hasn't been done with a bill yet, so it's good. Right. Hello to everyone.
Even though Plantagenet has an interesting cover, I do love.
It's a nice map.
The map.
It's a nice map.
It's a great map. It has a really cool table look there. So yeah,
unfortunately that's not the whole game there. That's just the map,
right? Then there's the
army sheets laying out there and all the little pieces, and it takes, oh my God, what a table hog.
It can be, yeah. Yep. So part of that was like trying to organize the game to make sure that I have what I need at the moment, and what's not needed is put away.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a darn shame that our good friend Nerd Workshop is not here this week, and he's over at GMT West.
Oh yes, GMT, isn't it? We're going to see
Mike West on this weekend because I don't know if all you guys know this. Many of you do, but some of you may not know this. I was over there and did the Wolfpack thing. He has designed storage solutions for each of the different games. There's like 5 different games. And we are talking, I mean, if you got a 3D printing device, you are golden. It's like, each of the counters are in their own individual little thing. It's amazing what he's designed.
They are amazing. I can't afford one. I can't afford a new computer, and it's rattling. I can hear it from here. But it's the thing about boxing. What I put in the sort of description, from
no, you might want to put those squirrels out of their misery. They've been running really hard.
I'll get the cat to catch some new ones. But but as I said in the description for tonight, from Ziploc bags, 3D printers. What I want to do, also mention as well, is that secret of getting everything back in the box once it's been punched. That's the. And if it's a 2-inch box, it ain't going to happen, mate.
Sometimes.
Unless you're very clever. This is where the old Plazzy bags come in, but we can discuss that later.
Yep. And one of the reasons that I picked the topic was I've come across a storage solution thing that just kind of blew me away in terms of I've been able to swap out what I normally would store stuff in for these, and I could fit them all back in the box. And I was super excited about that.
Yeah. Doesn't happen very often.
Yeah. Very nice.
So yeah, but I mean, storage can get a little pricey. If depending on, particularly on what you want, like, you get big bookshelves and things like that, that can get pricey. Or if you're just like Esther and you just pile them up.
Well, yeah, this is the other thing, isn't it? We're going to talk about, because I was lucky.
What people don't understand is these boxes are designed to be stacked 30 high without being crushed. Okay.
Well, depends on them.
See?
Oh my gosh.
See? I've proven it. You can do it, my friends. You can do it.
There is going to be one day where you're going to turn on that camera and you're just going to be laid out.
All we're going to see is a pair of shoes.
That's right.
Just the soles like that, and a big pile. But that's the other expense. I mean, I was lucky enough to have these already full of books, but had them already. So that's another thing to think about. How are you going to actually physically store them?
I had basically that set up in Ohio, but I had 8 of those bookshelves and a closet, like a walk-in closet, like neat stuff.
Yeah, that'd be great if I had that.
Yeah, but I decided, I'm not going to bring all that stuff and the bookshelves. I don't know. What am I going to do with bookshelves?
Now, put your games on them.
Oh, you mean like what happened to Ruff's bookshelves from time immemorial?
From way back, way back when.
So, Ruff, I have a question for you. I have noticed and I've seen your playthrough of Fighting Formations, the 29th Infantry Division.
Oh, jeez. Zero law.
Yeah.
Even Mike, who was teaching us the game, was like holding the head, I could picture him holding his head in his hands or doing the face slap, just because of the dice rolls I was getting. It was atrocious. And,
now, let me ask you, though, what do you think of it overall?
I'm not that well into it to make I'm not one of these that play it for 10 minutes and go, I'm reserving judgment. And I know it's Kai and it's finished that off after her husband passed. I don't know. I don't know yet. I wasn't having much luck. I wasn't having a good time.
Sure.
As Jester says, when everything's against you, you think. And I got to the stage where I said, "Yeah, you've won. Do you want to call it a day?" They go, "No, you've plenty of stuff going on yet."
Continue the misery.
Like, I was full of misery because of these die rolls, and I'm thinking, so I can't actually. I think the bidding, or not the bidding, the buying the orders.
Yeah.
can be, I would think, can be a little bit gamey because, you know, you can think, oh, I can stop him by doing that. But that wouldn't happen. You can't stop somebody moving because you've picked something lower down or higher up than stops them moving. So I think that's a little. It's a great fun thing to do, but it's a little bit gamey. I've still got to get into it. It's yeah. So I'll let you know. I think we're back on it next week anyway, because Mike is away at GMT thingy. And I think we're back on it next week, if all being well. So
that must explain if you were so miserable on that game. That's why you went to Skies Above Britain, to have a better experience.
Well, at least I can give everybody else a bit of misery. All the pilots, you see, I can give them misery, and I'm looking down over them, thinking, "Ha, you're in the fate box." But anyway, it's not like that. Not like that at all. The problem was Tony was rolling 30s, 30 pluses, and I'm rolling 10s, and it's like lost again. That's another thing. It's on. I mean, lots of games do it. I mean, I was just in a bad place with these die rolls, but one die roll decides what's going on. Bang.
Even Nordic said he was trying to convince him to move on, but nope.
Yeah, I know. I was depressed because it wasn't fun anymore. And I get it, not every game's going to go your way. I don't want it to go my way. There's games me and Tony have played that I've won, Tony's won. We've had a great time. But I think it was just the fact that the vassal, and Mike was saying, I wasn't being nice to the dice. I wasn't saying nice things. So and they took umbrage of that. And my goodness, did they?
The vassal gods have turned against you.
Crikey. Anyway, so, yeah. I think it's a good game. It's a game, of course, you can't play very well solo because of this picking the order things.
Oh, okay. I was curious to ask you about that.
No, I wouldn't say it's great for solo. It's great for two players, of course, because then you're playing against each other with these orders. That's the thing that drives the game. Depending on which one you pick, you can pick that order, or you can pick anything below. But what's weird as well, the two sides, they're not like move, attack, ambush or whatever the thing. I can't remember now. They're not all the same. One move might be an assault over here for the same amount. So you've got to take into account what you think they might do and try and scupper them, which can be a little bit gamey.
Sure.
But hey, we're playing games, we're not playing real war. So
that must mean why that you enjoy combat more, because it is solitaire.
It's written for solitaire. I don't mind playing. I don't mind playing 2-player games. Both sides, because you can. Chip Pull is great. Other games, even GBOH is great because it works on the whoever's got the best leaders goes last. Yeah, initiative. Yeah, best initiative goes last. If you've got a really bad leader, you go first. So you can do that. Combat is just purely solitaire game. Skies Above Britain, basically a solitaire game, so I love them. But yeah, I don't mind playing 2-player games, but this one I don't think you can, because of that. What you're going to pick for an order. You can't really hide, scupper the other person, because you know what you're going to do to yourself when it's your other person's turn. Whereas in other games you can do that. I have no problem doing that, playing both sides.
Well, I'm with Nordic here. Teach it a lesson and delete the app, and then download it again.
What we were going to do is try and, because of course it's more equipment, is setting up a camera onto your dice tower. And rolling real dice. You mean like, you remember when you did your first live stream was the Hunters, and you had the dice off camera, and people thought you were just pulling out the number that you wanted instead? When did that one? No, they accuse me of that all the time. Anyway, I don't know why.
No, that was his.
Was it Atlantic Chase?
No, that was
Revolutionary War.
Okay.
That's why after that, I always.
We had the dice tray, and then the dice would go in, and then you see him reach off screen and oh my god, look at the Brits rolled a 6 again. Yeah. Oh my god.
When I first started, the dice tower was off camera to make a bit of room. But after comments, I now put the dice tower in shot so you can see I'm rolling the dice.
That's because Jester has taught you a lot.
I suppose it makes, because why would you cheat? What I couldn't get my head around is why would you bloody cheat? You're playing a game anyway. There's now, as we say over here, there's now as queer as folk. So you have to accommodate everybody.
So
yeah, well, people like to see those exciting roles, right? If you're doing it, you're filming it, you got to film the exciting parts.
That's right.
It's
Gareth is here.
Gareth is here. He's going to PunchCon. Gareth, this war of mine, he doesn't like it. I want to play it because he doesn't like it. It's on GameFound as well. The second edition is now on GameFound. I'm backing that because it's a Polish company. There are no tariffs. So be quiet. So looking forward to it. I think if you're going to bring Panzer as well, Gareth, because I think David wants to play that. Anything else you want to play, just bring it. I'm quite happy to play anything, really, just for the fun of it. Looking forward to it. I was asking people if they've been paying their hotel, but nobody's paying it yet.
You should see if you should try and get a Phoenix Knight. He's like the war of mine. I actually traded my copy to Phoenix Knight.
Oh, because you can get an upgrade pack for it as well, can't you, Phoenix? I think that's what they're doing. But there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in this Game Founder.
And it's not that I don't. It's not that I don't like the game. It's just I don't find the game fun, and so I don't play the game because I don't have any fun playing it.
Sure,
I know it's a very depressing game, and it is actually somebody said
it's not only that. It's just you're managing like
I know you're surviving this.
Like, I smoke cigarette, and you have to have cigarettes for them and stuff. It's like I go to work. I do things. I go to work. I don't come home and play games to work. This is way too much work. That's why I gave you the D-Day game because it's so much work.
I love that. I think I'll just start again, and I'm fine with that. But, this war of mine, I want to play it. I've ordered it because I know it's actually based, somebody said, on like the Bosnian conflict of, a little while back.
Yeah.
It's depressing, but it's popular. And I just want to, I've watched a couple of playthroughs and I think, it's dark, it's depressing. And after I've played a Vassal game with Tony and whoever, I can go and play this war of mine to cheer myself up a bit.
So it's like it's trying to show the flip side that, as the phrase is, war is hell, and that war is depressing and war is not something to be glorified. And
and it's also
the war doesn't even come into play very much.
War is depressing, but it's worse off for the civilians.
It's not even a war. No. It's based on a civil war that's a fictional civil war that's going on in this country, and you're just trying to get by. You need resources. You have to go from your little hideout to the hospital and hope you find some resources. And you might run into, people there, and you might not. It's,
interesting.
It's the war is very, very small time. Do you ever
the war is happening in the background of the game?
Yeah, the war is in the background. You're not like getting resources to fight the war or anything like that. You're getting
the people who are having to live in that war zone and the struggles they have to survive every day. So I think that's what attracts me. I know it's a terrible thing, but it's like, the humanity prevails even in the worst of situations.
Survival game.
Yeah, it is. Yes. Yeah.
It's a survival.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is a survival game. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me know. Yeah, message me, Gareth, and David, if you want to message me as well on Facebook, just so we can all get stuff. And if I don't have to wear.
Well, I mean, Ruff, if you said you're going to play, whatever people want to play at PunchCon, then okay, somebody will bring World in Flames. and you play the whole thing.
No, I'm not going to play something that's going to take up the whole weekend. All right,
What
that's
you
not the
should
point.
do is find somebody to teach you some coin games and try a coin game.
If somebody wants to teach me Red Dust Rebellion, which I've got, go for it. That would be fun. But I was even talking to Tweez and saying, let's bring, what about what do you call it? I forget what it's bloody called now. The one that we played with Tony and Mike. So mine's going.
Bye.
Yeah. Explore it. Yes, sorry. It's stored over there. Explore it.
Oh, see,
explore it.
Unlike Gesture, where he has his games like in plain view for people to see his stacks. See, yours is all hidden behind this garage, nicely stored and put away games instead of behind the camera.
No, they're spread out everywhere.
Oh my gosh!
It drives Mrs. R absolutely bonkers. They're on the dinner table there, everywhere.
So you almost need a second lounge.
Yeah. I think it's getting to the stage now where Mrs. R is actually going to sort that room out herself. She's going to get her dungarees on and get up there and sort it. And I thought, okay, fair enough. Leaves me a bit more time to do a bit of videoing. Okay. So, hold on. I've got some...
stealth stacking. Yes, William. That's it. Totally. That's rough.
Hold on. Yes, of course.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And thank you, Dave. Yes. Yeah, please do. Yeah.
I decided
get out of here.
The one that I got charged for this week was the last 100 yards, the King and what's it called?
King and Country.
King and Country. Yep. But I realized when I got charged for it.
She puts up with a lot. Phoenix puts up with a lot.
I realized when I got charged for it that in order to play some of the later expansions in Last 100 Yards, you have to have both Volume 1 and Volume 2.
Yes.
So thankfully there's the GMT 25% off sale. So I just went and got Volume 2.
You're just getting the one game, are you?
Just the one.
Oh dear. It's happened again to poor old Ruff. Anyway. What am I going to do?
I'm not like taking books off and replacing them, though.
Oh, what am I going to do, boys and girls? Ruff needs help. But anyway, I forgot what it was. I got the email from GMT saying, we've just debited your card to 300 odd quid. Now, what? And whatever it is, I ordered it.
So the next thing you're going to get is an email saying, hello, your report date to debtor's prison is...
Yes, yeah. Bailiffs, bailiffs knocking on the door.
We're not players, we're collectors. We collect these games. We're hoping to sell them for like millions of dollars upon our death.
Yeah. Here I haven't actually booked any games to play, Simon, because I knew like Gareth was going and Tweez was going, and we'll work out something. And there's always you walk past and they go, "I go, what are you playing?" They go, "Blah blah blah." Oh, do you want to join? Okay, so there's plenty of that. So that's very popular. If this is the first time you're going, Simon, then loads of people, loads of tables were playing Here I Stand, and the other one, the Virgin Queen, and I dare say the one that you've got, the Tanto, whatever it's called,
Tanto Monta.
I'm sharing, Ruff.
Oh, sorry, I'm just I want to work very quiet.
So there's the current.
There we go.
Yes, so I've got the tri-pack.
4 of those, right?
1, 2, 3.
What did you get, Ruff?
I got the American tri-pack, American Revolution tri-pack by Sword and Bayonets. That's Stigler's little.
Well, I didn't even order any of those.
There you go. See, well, you don't play GBA CW, do you?
No, that's probably why.
It's in that Death Valley Into the Woods series, but they are smaller maps, so there's lots of smaller games. So I got that. Bella Treason, little cheap game. A bit like, I would think, the other one, the one about the French
Resistance
one that we've got, and that, of course.
Yep. I'm looking forward to that one. I feel like for me, last 100 yards is going to be the tactical World War II kind of
It's
system.
different. Again, it's different. I mean, Tweez doesn't like it because of the way the opportunity fire works and all that sort of thing. But it is different. I at the moment I prefer last 100 yards over
Fighting formations.
Yeah, but only because I had a really grotty session.
The other thing you can do is play a little Combat Commander when you're there, Ruff, and try that.
Well,
too.
I think Gareth has got that. He may well bring that and say, let's have a go at that. I would be quite willing to have a go at it just to see how I get on with it.
Yes, Nordic. Nordic, his comment reminded me I need to I have a OSG game, but I have not played it yet, and I need to play it.
Sorry, we're keeping you up. It's
I was just going to say
OSG. That's the
Operational Studies Group. That's the Library of Napoleonic
stuff, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep. And
hey, spare rib.
I have the what is it?
Yes, that's my feeling.
Bonaparte overrun Piedmont. So it's the Napoleon's Italian campaign, the first part, and.
All right. It is strange. There are strange mechanics, and as Carbon Commander says, that that's why I think I like it. It's quite different. It's okay to play solo, but some of the scenarios have hidden movement, so you have to either forego that or don't do those scenarios solo.
Yeah, it looked interesting enough to me to start trying, and so. Yes, the maps are great in OSG games. Great. Nordic, the Bonaparte overruns Piedmont, the one I have. That's the one I have. But the one I know I'm most looking forward to, I think it's 2026 or 2027, is when he's doing the Coming Storm is a reprint. And that has Jena, Auerstadt, Eylau, and Friedland in it. And Jena, Auerstadt is my favorite.
Viper Dave said he'll let you have them.
Oh.
And yes, it looks like... Oh, not that one. Sorry, Charles. But yeah, everybody seems to be ordering the Stigler thingy. But
you don't want to send them over to...
So it looks like I'll be playing a bit of Combat Commander over the weekend.
Oh, yeah. See, I got your whole weekend planned for you, buddy.
This war of mine, Combat Commander, a bit of Panzer with somebody. If David, I think it was David said wants to play it. If not, apologize.
You're probably going to have to play with VUCA. They're probably going to have a game there. They're not
coming this year.
They're not.
No,
really.
No,
I'm surprised.
The thing is, you think, I'll bring this, bring that, bring this. But I tell you what, if you play, the time goes like that, and it's you'll play a game, maybe a couple of Combat Commanders or whatever during the day, and in the evening you'll play something maybe a bit lighter. We played Tank Duel and all that sort of thing, having a few beers and a bit of a laugh. And then it starts again. You play something else. I mean, a big one when a couple of years ago was Nap Paris. We had that up. We played that during the day.
Yeah.
And then we played something lighter in the evening. So
that's on my list to play this year.
We did the whole thing. It was like, it looked really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just checking. So I'm just.
Yeah, Nordic, you will at some point. I am afraid.
On the OST, David, I'm not as you know, I'm not the world's greatest expert on Napoleonic stuff. They're trying to get me into it, but at the moment. But yeah, Panzer, no prob.
You could play one of those lock and load tactical games.
Yeah, if I ever get them, David. Still waiting. I think there's a container on its way to merry old England. So
you mean you can't play the ones that are already behind you?
There's no Napoleonic ones.
Yeah, but there are lock and load games you can play.
I can play lock and load, of course. Yeah, if somebody wants to play lock and load. But he was talking about some the Napoleonic lock and load.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. He sent me. I thought, yes, my phone just went ding, David. All right, okay. So it's all exciting. It's great because subbies are turning up. You know, people
you're not going to be here in a couple of weeks.
Well, I'll be here, but depends how the gaming situation. If I'm in demand, then maybe not. Maybe a quick hello, goodbye. But if nobody wants to play any games with me and they've buggered off somewhere else,
we'll try and remember to send you a link. If we don't, we don't.
If you don't, you don't.
Or we'll get a link to the YouTube one.
Yeah, all right. Again, I sent the wrong link up. Look, it's Have a Pop at Rough Night. Okay, I've misspelt the title. I sent the wrong link out for tonight's War Room. And
we got a link to the YouTube that said it was going to be storing and organizing.
No, organizing.
Lock and load.
I'm out. You've already look at you guys made me drink too much.
Yeah, you wonder why Rough drinks. Dear oh Lord. Old school tactical. Never played that. I haven't got it.
That's another one. It's buried. Like it would take me.
Do you like it? Justin, did you like it?
Did I like it? Yes.
Yeah, he likes it. Yeah.
It's different. A very tactically sound game. And even though it says old school tactical, I don't find it old school at all. It's not old school. It's a weird title. It's fine. It's your typical tactical game. It's nothing.
I think that's why they called it old school tactical. It's just a good old tactical game.
Yeah, kind of.
The title sounds more interesting than if it was like typical tactical.
Yeah. Or new wave tactical.
New wave,
you know.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to PunchCon, meeting the guys and guys and girls there. And I wonder if the young ladies there, it goes with her dad. They've been there twice.
Yes, you're going to get a picture and bring it.
And they normally play Paths of Glory.
Yeah,
she must be about sort of 9 or 10, and she's sitting there.
Going to be like 14 now.
Good grief! Yeah, it makes me. It's like I'm a tutor, for maths and science. Also, I did music and vocal coaching. But you have students, and they're like that tall when they come in, and then they're off to university, and it's I've got to go now, Rough, and they're big cut, and it's like, oh, gee, you see these boys and girls grow up. It's quite upsetting. Yeah.
Now, speaking of Paths of Glory, I have. I'm very sorry. I have to admit I have never played Paths of Glory, and so I don't know what. I know it's one of your favorite games. I don't even know like what it plays like or really.
Oh, we need to sit down and play it sometime. It's not too hard to learn. It's really not.
It's a long game, isn't it?
It's a card-driven game, but yeah, the one thing is, I'm not surprised you wouldn't play it because it is a monster. It's a monster game
in length, time of
length. It's going to take you 30 hours to play.
I mean, I've got Paths of Glory and Pursuit of Glory. I haven't played either of those yet because I want to. I've got the card system for it from Stuka.
Yeah. The other one, Illusions of Glory, looked interesting to me because the Eastern Front of World War I find to be very interesting. Because Western Front doesn't. I mean, it.
That's my thing.
It stays. Yeah. So, but I think I never really got into it because I never could, at least up until recently, I never could really solo a CDG because
No, you couldn't until Stuka came to the rescue.
True.
And that was the first one he did. The Paths of Glory was the first one.
You can solo them because there's very few cards that you can use against your opponents.
I think
I have a hand of cards like I can play the cards whether I have the cards or not.
I'm going to agree with him. I've never played Paths of Glory, but I'm still going to agree with him.
Yeah, Nordic's not played it either. I've not played it. I've got them. They're waiting there for me dotage.
You all knew how much...
it's seen better days, and it's just it was very popular maybe 10 years and 15 years ago, but it's kind of fallen down just because it's such a longer game.
Thanks, DJ Flippy.
Yeah.
You all knew how much I love Death in the Trenches, how much I talked about it last year. I think last year
I was actually looking at that one and been debating about getting it because it's supposed to be like Pass the Glory, but 2.5 to 2.5 hours.
It is a little bit of a table hog, though.
Ooh.
So it's not just one map. It's like a map and then player aids that you're going to need for
what you need to do, Jester, is get rid of that sofa, couch, whatever you call them over there, and get a nice big table. There we are. Sorted it for you. Sorted out. There we are. Rough does it again.
And it's not going to do me anything because I won't play it unless I can film it. I mean,
so we need to get you a stand so you can put the camera above the table and everything.
Yeah, I mean, if you had like all the different cameras and
I'd love. You know what I love? Some of these guys, that do the board games, and they've got multiple cameras. They've got a little thing. They push a button and it zooms. They've got it all set, so they want it zooming.
Yeah, Nerd's got that now. They're not very expensive. They're $200. Yeah.
We're good old fashioned war gamers. We don't need that malarkey.
I've got like a little bendy.
Yeah, I've got a sort of
camera on
thingy that if I have to move in, I have to pause it, move it in, start it again. That's why it takes a bloody long.
Yeah. There you go.
That's what I got.
Or William. Yeah, Stuka Joe has a great setup.
Oh, do you know? He told me how much that cost. He told me how much that cost him.
Yeah,
a great table though.
Oh, 4 figures of equipment there.
Oh, I'm sure.
But yeah, what a great setup he's got.
Yeah, I mean, you want it to look good,
and it does.
It's gonna cost a little bit of money. I'm just getting by with what I got. So
I do it with my elastic band computer. I get by.
It takes me 1990 gold, and they want their computer back, Ruff.
Yeah, I know. That's why it takes so long. And I'm not kidding. I have to do segments very short. So when I put them in the editor, the computer doesn't go, "You're having a laugh, aren't you? You're having a laugh."
Oh, yes.
Can you get a new computer? Because sooner or later that one's going to die.
It's going to die, and then you'll see me on the phone for a couple of weeks while I try and get round Mrs. R to get me a new computer.
Yeah. Yes, I would love because I have Army Group Center, and I do plan on having Army Group North when it comes. I would love to be able to have a big enough space to actually set up both.
See, that's what ping pong tables were invented for war gamers.
For war games.
Yep.
For war games.
Now we could do, Jester, is we could make it so that when Ruff is at PunchCon, that he hosts it from his phone.
I think we're just asking for trouble there.
Yeah, I think you are. I mean, I can go on and be on it as on my phone, which I've done for the past 2 years. But yeah, to host it, you're having a laugh, and no. Oh, by the way,
you've gone 2 years in 2 previous years.
Yeah. I didn't go to the very first one.
I remember you talking about. Oh, I'm going to my first one. I'm going to my first con. I'm going to my first one.
That was 2 years ago. I didn't go to the very first one, which was the year before. Just couldn't get to go to it. But the second year I went, and last year I went. This year it's got bigger. They've sold more tickets because they've got an extra room where they're going to put monster games out and things like that. So it's going to be one of the UK's top wargaming conventions. And by wargaming, I don't mean sort of miniatures. There's plenty of them over here. Plenty of conventions with models and what they call wargaming, but wargaming over here means, generally speaking, miniatures. Wargaming over there means counters and cardboard. So it's going to be, I think, the biggest cardboard wargaming convention in this country, I think. And Second Chance Games even try and do it. They do another one, which they call the Second Chance convention or something. That tends to be up in nearer where they are in Liverpool area. But I can't make that one. But it's getting bigger and better, and it's and the hotel's okay. It's fine. It's you're only sleeping there, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
And eating. Put on about 3 stone in weight because it's just get up there and dollop it on. It's dollop stuff. It's dollop food.
I still need to. I need to make it to a convention at some point. And still have never been to one.
Fun. It's fun. It is fun. And if you don't want to play a game, sit in the bar and talk and chat and have a beer and have a wander around, talk to people. What are you playing? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, some guys were playing Banish All Their Fears last year. And I said, how are you getting on with that? Because there's a little bit of, I know Nordic's had some problems. Everybody's had problems with it. But they were playing it fine. So I don't know if they house ruled it or whatever. But yeah, it's great. It's, you walk around and it's just people playing games. My son and Mrs. Ruff can't get their head around why I want to be around a group of peeps that just sit and play games for the weekend. And there are all ages there. There's girls there, the young girls there. There's younger blokes.
Cardboard Commander, have a good evening.
There. Hold on. Oh,
see you later, Cardboard.
See you later.
Have a good one.
Yeah, the big breakfast. Just pile it on, a big breakfast, and it's like this. And that sets you up. Don't need to eat till about 3 o'clock.
I'm with DJ Flippy though. Monster games are the best games. I love monster games,
and they're the only things you can play at a convention. Really, if you want to play something,
monster games, but he's never played Pasagori. He's never played ASL. What kind of monster games are we talking?
Well, something like World in Flames or A World at War or War in Europe, the SPI one, or Atlantic Wall,
or even Knock Paris. You can class because it's huge and people
Red Strike.
Yes. So there's lots of them, and you can only really play them, I think, unless you've got ping pong tables coming out your ear rolls.
Or one that I still haven't put to the table yet, but it's on my list for this year is The Greatest Day Utah Beach.
Yeah, all big monster games. Yeah.
That's not a monster game. Oh my God. There's just a monster amount of content in the box. It's not a monster game. Come on now. What's the definition of a monster game?
6 or 7 maps. Is it like
it's pretty big.
That's a monster game. If you've got more than 2-3 maps, it's like a monster game, isn't it?
At least that's how I define it.
That's what but that's our definition. Everybody else's may vary,
Yeah, that can be. Yeah, especially the third one from Decision. It's a big table hog. It's beautiful though. It's a beautiful map on the third edition of it.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be a biggie. That one, isn't it? When it gets that's been reprinted.
I would say, and this is just me talking. If I'm going to define a monster game, it's not the size of the game; it's how long it takes to play.
Yeah, you've got a different definition.
I have a different definition.
Yeah, I call maybe wrong, but it's it's valid. It's doing a gesture there.
I find it a little easier to explain to people based upon time because people know what time means.
Yeah. Sure.
Like if you try to explain to my wife, and say, it's a monster game. Well, what's a monster game? It lasts 18 hours. Oh, okay.
Makes a little bit more sense. I could be wrong, but games that last 18 hours tend to have a sort of half a football pitch worth of maps.
I think Christoph has a right thing, right? Notice this comment.
Skies Above Britain is a monster game. Yeah.
So for Ruff.
Christoph coming through again. Look at that.
Oh man. Oh, that's funny.
Stop it. Behave yourself.
Yes, Nordic. Yeah, the Pacific War definitely is a huge game. Or the East Front series. Yeah, monster game.
Yeah. I mean, Case Blue. Look at that. Look at the
Proud Monster. Yeah,
and that Third World War one. That's all the games combined. If you play all the games.
Yeah, I think Wise Guy History's playing Case Blue right now.
He's mad. He's got the table space.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. All right, let's talk about it. Your definition of big game, right? Okay. I can get on Vassal and it's literally the size of I could make it this big. Your big ass game can be this big.
You try and see the counters then.
I can see the counters.
Not even with one of these. If you can play Case Blue and zoom it down, the thing is, you're going to be doing this all the time, and it will drive me mad
all the time. That's why they have arrow keys on the keyboard.
Yeah, but you still got to do it. You still got to do the arrow keys.
Did you notice the keyboard, right?
I did, yeah. But then you think, oh, bugger, I've forgotten about that unit up there that's just got annihilated because my arrow keys couldn't move up there quick enough. I forgot all about it.
Well, some of us actually have computers from the 19...
Okay. You may have a color monitor. All right, that's fine. And that's great.
Do you still, like when you log in, do you still see like the little dash?
No, my screen's black with white letters, and I have to type it in.
That's what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Jester, his is still so old where when he shuts it down, it then pops up and says it's safe to turn off your computer. Remember that?
Ruff boots it up and he says, "Shall we play a game?
Let's play thermonuclear war."
I'm getting fed up now because that's my world. I can't help it,
So my point is, size should not matter if it's a monster game or not, because I can play it on Tabletop Simulator, I can play it on Vassal, and the size of your game is only as big as my monitor. So I would say either amount of content.
We got almost 2 minutes.
Yeah, we got started late, so we actually have 58 minutes in. So we have a minute and a half before we start.
Yeah, no, Coey, he's just reminding us, that blah blah blah. So yes, I couldn't play something like Case Blue on Vassal. I would end up chucking a shoe at the monitor or something because of this arrow keys. Yeah.
Have you ever played any of the John Tiller games?
No, they look like something, and bless him. I know he's gone now, but bless him. They look like something I used to play on my ZX81.
Blue with computer. That's all it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but they look like something I used to play on
it looks very dated
in the day, even worse than this one. They're not. It looks like the Consim World webpage. It's from the 90s. But
that's fun to navigate.
They're supposed to be very good. Don't get me wrong, but I'd rather play a game and I can pick and touch the counters and get them all. It's just me.
They're monster games too.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, I'm going to start this a little early.
Oh, before we do that, can I just do an advert, please? They've had a go at me, about my computer and about my copy and paste skills and spelling skills and whatever. If you could just do me a favor and hit that like button, smash it for poor old Ruff, and that would be wonderful. Thank you so much.
It might cause this computer to crash, though, if you smash it too much.
Well, I'll take that chance.
I'm going to take the chance.
Right, over to you, Nate.
All righty. Well, we'll start with what happened today on the 26th of April.
Hey, hold on. I've got to get some books out. Hold on.
What happened today, Ruff?
I want me to do mine. Sorry, I thought you were going to do it. Right.
No,
that's fine. Joking apart. Luckily, no planes because there was only air crashes today. So
okay. Well, you did because I ran out, so I have to go get some more.
I'll wait till you come back because I'm not. That's rude not to listen to what I've got to say.
I can hear you all through my whole house.
Go on, get lost. Right, okay.
This is coming from the guy who literally got up and was talking to his wife when we were in the middle of the live.
No, I was looking to find the games that are stored on my dining table. That's what I was doing.
We're like, where'd he go? Bye-bye.
No. Anyway.
And then he shows the crack as his pants are hanging down. It's like, oh my God.
It's a nice crack, though. Right, anyway. 26th of April.
26th of April.
Oh, yeah, 16th. 26th of April. 1607. Captain John Smith landed at Cape Henry in Virginia with the first group of colonists who established a permanent English settlement in America. God bless us. The Virginia Company was an English trading company chartered by King James I on the 10th of April, 1606, with the objective of colonizing the eastern coast of America. The coast was named Virginia. I think I mentioned that before, named after Elizabeth, the first Virgin Queen. And it stretched from present-day Maine to the Carolinas. The company's shareholders were Londoners, and it was distinguished from the Plymouth Company, which was chartered at the same time and composed largely of gentlemen from Plymouth in England. And this East Coast, the top bit was like, I can't remember if it was the London Company and the bottom bit, the Plymouth Company, but they were just big companies. It was a business thing when we first invaded. When we first colonized, sorry.
And if you've ever been to Jamestown, I went there a few years ago. And
named after?
King James.
Yes. God bless. Right.
And you go there and you're just amazed, like, why did they pick here? It's a swamp.
Well, they just went straight across and hit the first thing, didn't they? I think it's what, but yes, that happened today. 1777, again over in your part of the world. We're not sure if this is correct, but Sybil Luddington, aged 16, allegedly rode 40 miles to alert American colonial forces to the approach of British regular forces. So Sybil Luddington was an American woman who allegedly made a ride during the American Revolutionary War, though modern accounts dispute this. On April 26 today, 1777, Luddington, the daughter of a Colonel Henry Luddington, was claimed to have made an all-night horseback ride of 40 miles to rally American militiamen in neighbouring towns after British forces raided and burnt Danbury in Connecticut. And I am about half an hour car journey away from the original Danbury over here. So, yes, pick your own names. Right. So,
okay, well, the Potomacs and Michigan. And
1794, Battle of Beaumont. During the Flanders campaign of the War of the First Coalition was today. And first moving, what's you laughing? Oh, he's coughing. I think you're all right.
He's all choked up.
I know. It's too funny. You can't cope with it. 1805, the first Barbary War. United States Marines capture Dern under the command of First Lieutenant Presley O'Bannon. Now, The Shores of Tripoli is a game. I forget who.
Circle Games.
That's it. I got a copy of that, played it. It's okay, but I got rid of it because, in my opinion, it's a sort of sugar-coated game of the Barbary slave trade. It's a little bit, oh no, we captured the ships because you wouldn't pay the stuff, so the Americans came and invaded, and to get them, it's just slaves. So I got rid of it. It's not a bad game. It's just my.
Wasn't for you.
Wasn't for me. The subject was a little bit not truthful, but a bit sort of, yes, sugar-coated. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. Other people love the game. 1865, Union cavalry troopers corner and shoot dead John Wilkes Booth today, the assassin of President Abraham Lincoln in Virginia.
Which I believe isn't Wharf Rat Games going to be coming out with a game on
already out.
It's already out
about John Wilkes Booth.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I know. I did see their new cover for A Forlorn Hope from
Mr. Lootman.
Mm-hmm. Looks cool.
Yeah, it does look cool. Whizzing forward to 1915, World War I, Italy secretly signs the Treaty of London, pledging to join the Allied powers. And also in 1915, Second Lieutenant Rhodes Morehouse of the Special Reserve Flying Corps became the first airman to win the Victoria Cross. Unfortunately, he was posthumously awarded it in 1915. This special reserve consisted of civilian pilots and instructors who could be called up for service in an emergency. And they were top flyers. They knew what to do. They were sort of like the best of the best, but they were civilians, but given a rank. And if you want to know a little bit about them, let me try and show you this web page. Where are we? No, Chrome tab. There we are.
Oh, using Chrome. I thought you would still be using Netscape.
No, what's the other one? AOL.
Yeah, AOL.
You guys remember Prodigy? I think it was Prodigy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Hold on, what have I got here? Is that the right thing?
Got,
oh, here they are. Look, here we are. There's the guy. There's the guy himself. There's the guy himself that got the Victoria Cross. This is on the Imperial War Museum webpage. So if you want to check it out, but a few of them were there. These are all the specials. So yeah, that's a good old webpage. But that's the man we're talking about here, who got the Victoria Cross, but unfortunately died in 1915. So he got it after he died. So there we are. Let's stop screen. I think that's right. Yes, good. Always frightened I'd cut myself off there. So that was quite nice to see. But then 1933, the Gestapo, the official secret police force of Nazi Germany, is established by Hermann Goering. 1937, the Spanish Civil War. Guernica in Spain is bombed by the German Condor Legion and the Italian Aviazione Legionaria. The Condor Legion, of course, learned all their tricks of the trade a couple of years later when they brought it to bear in the Second World War. Mm-hmm. And then 1945, World War II, the Battle of Bautzen, last successful German tank offensive of the war and last noteworthy victory of the Wehrmacht. And just to finish off, 1945, World War II, Filipino troops of the 66th Infantry Regiment, Philippine Commonwealth Army, the USAFIP-NL, which actually who do like your doodahs, which is the United States Army Forces in the Philippines, Northern Luzon, and the American troops of the 33rd and 37th Infantry Division, the United States Army, liberate Baguio as they fight against the Japanese forces under General Tomoyuki Yamashita today, 26th of April.
Nice. Well, for me, I thought I would pick something that was in line with what I have out with the Wars of the Roses.
The cover. The cover.
And yes, I'm going to use the English name Plantagenet and not the
not the Plantagenet.
Yes, or the Latin Plantagenesta.
No, that's how we call it over here. Quite right, Plantagenets.
Plantagenet. That is the name.
Complete with the T. Yeah.
Yes, but a great book I think that supplements this game very well is by Dan Jones called The Hollow Crown: The Wars of the Roses and the Rise of the Tudors.
The Plantagenets were really the sort of stark basic royalty that sort of molded England.
Correct.
Until they were killed off. Anyway.
Right. I mean, in some sense, they never really went away because they combined to form the Tudors, the Tudor Rose. Yeah. This is a great book. There's actually a documentary series that I believe is still available on YouTube as well.
About the Plantagenets.
About the Plantagenets.
It's very good. I've watched it. Very good. I recommend it.
Well, there's one from his Plantagenet book, but then there is another series that's based on this book.
Is it? Well. It's one of them. The actual author of the book. One of them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is a great book. Dan Jones is a very good historian, and it's excellent. It's a great supplement to the game itself. So,
and Nordic's reading something else.
Very, very nice. But that's Nate's notes for the week.
Yeah, the Plantagenets is a very interesting part of English history. If you're into English, they are very, very an important part of our history.
Mm-hmm.
The Plantagenets, yes.
Yes. I mean, they still spoke for the longest time. I mean, they still spoke French at the English court because everybody spoke French in royal courts. I forgot. There's a phrase. There's a quote from I can't remember who, where he says, "I speak Latin to God. I speak Italian to my mistress, and I speak French to everyone else. Then I speak German to my dog."
Whereas us hoi polloi spoke sort of Middle English, and
Anglo-Saxon
Middle English,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, very good. I think Jessica got something to add. Here we go.
All right. Well, we were talking about this earlier, so I pulled it up. This is the actual game Pursuit of John Wilkes Booth. It's over at Blue Panther right now. I think it is available as far as I know. And that's what you get. Bunch of cards and counters and chits, and you're trying to track down John Wilkes Booth. It looks like an awesome game. I would highly recommend you get it if you can. Because
I hope there's a chance that John Wilkes Booth gets away and they don't assassinate him. I assume that it's not going to end up with him getting done in every time. Must be. Otherwise,
the game can be played so cooperatively or competitively.
So there is a chance, I assume, like you said, to lose, and he gets away
into the night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. So I'm going to be talking about a couple games today, some hidden gems out there, games that I own or played or think are very interesting. The first one we're going to talk about today is Ruff and Nate's favorite game system in the world. We're going to be talking about a block game, boys. Oh, yeah.
Block games are fine, as long as it's not hidden information.
This one is called Holdfast. It is by Worthington Publishing, and it's a very small footprint. It's a mounted map board, and it's got counter or blocks instead of counters, which makes it so much better. And the artwork on the blocks are really cool. And I've actually had this game set up several times and pushed a few counters and blocks around, but I never actually recorded it because this is one of these battles I don't know that much about. But I always thought this would be an interesting one as the U.S. are closing in on Rommel and his Africa Corps and kicking him out of Africa. So if you want to fight the last battles in Africa, this is kind of it. And It looks like a good one. So that's one hidden gem. The second hidden gem is everyone and their brother has heard of a game called Twilight Struggle. Raise your hand if you've heard of Twilight Struggle.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but no.
Okay. Do you know its twin brother? Can you name its twin brother?
Is it 2 minutes to midnight?
No.
I don't know.
See, that's why it's a hidden gem. It is 1989.
Oh, Dawn of Freedom.
Dawn of Freedom.
I didn't realize it was a sister game.
It is basically Twilight Struggle with a little. It's got kind of faction thrown in on top of it, where you're. Yeah, I mean, if you play Twilight Struggle, this looks very familiar. You got different territories. You're trying to capture the different territories by putting influencing. This one's a little bit different because it has, like I said, there's some factions in the game that is.
Yes, William Aarons is correct, though, that Imperial Struggle is the successor to Twilight Struggle. But
sorry, William, this is what we have to put up with every week. All right, What does he know? You're probably right, William. If he knew more than me, be on the show by now. So, this is very cool. You guys see the different faction symbols there, and some of the cards will refer to the faction symbols. That's pretty much the only difference.
I've heard this is good.
Yeah, yes, I have too.
Very, very, very familiar if you play Twilight Struggle.
Is it a sort of pre-coiny thing?
It's not even close to coin.
So
okay, It's got cards and things, is it?
It's got it's cards. It's all cards.
Well,
you play a card, and you're either going to play it for the operation points, which is up on the top, or down at the bottom. You're going to play for the event. And so, in this case, if I play the event, I get to place 4 diplomatic points in any space in Poland. The diplomatic player may then make 2 support checks in Poland using the ops value of this card and all that stuff. So, right. Yeah, and you have different cards that'll come into the game at different points of the game. So there you go. That's I always think introduce new games, things that we don't talk about all the time.
No, it's a game I think is very popular, but it's got its own little following, and it's not mainstream, but it's a good game from what I hear.
Hey, Stuka Joe's here. Hey, Stuka.
There he is. Look, hey.
Now, I want to correct something real quick before we go into our topic. Was I mentioned I was incorrect in my recollection of what that quote was about all the multiple language. It was Charles V, Holy Roman Emperor. Also, he was the King of Spain. At the time, the quote was, "I speak Spanish to God, Italian to women, French to men, and German to my horse."
Well, there you go.
That was the quote.
Well,
Yeah.
Just wanted to correct that. So as we go into our topic about storing and organizing your Wargame collection. So I'm curious.
Organizing.
Yeah. All right, just bloody hell.
I have traditionally used in my collection. Traditionally, have used the standard GMT tray with all
I've got a few of those left.
All of these, and they stack nicely. They're very nice, and that's all I knew when I first got started into wargaming, and so I would use these. And then later, though, that there are some games that you can't just fit everything back in the box. So then I started going. I found these at Walmart of all places. These little empty bead boxes, and started using them to organize. It takes English like
No, it's taking the piss out of rough. That's what it is.
Yes. So I've been using these or as well as these. These are smaller depending on the game.
Again, it depends. So you can get a much better sort of different type of those things over there. Over here, we have to sort of try and get what we get. I mean, I use these. These are a nice size, and these come out as well if you want a bigger, a bigger sort of thingy. There's also smaller ones. They're not. I can't get these anymore. These are great because they fit in 2. Fit side by side into a standard sort of GMT box. They're nice. They got a nice little clip that clips nicely. But I can't get those anymore. I'll shock you with something in a minute that I used to store my Warfighter in.
Oh, okay.
Well, I can show organizing your stuff to go back in. I deal with a lot of card games. I don't know if you know this. I play a lot of card games. I just got this in just recently, and there is this little system where you can put these cards and kind of separate them and organize them into different stacks that you can use to separate your things. I found these on Etsy, and I'm like, oh, that looks awesome. And so I've been using that for all my games. So that's awesome.
Well, and of course, don't forget there is the venerable baggies that we get.
Well, I tell you what I use.
We are thankful to Gesture for bringing those back.
No, have you noticed they're doing a weird size now in the GMT games? They're either too long or they're about that big. So I don't know what's going on there. We may have to have another word, but I like to use the Ziplocs that have the little bands on them so you can write what's in the bag.
Oh,
I do like to sort of put the content in. So when I take them out the bag, I know which bag they go back into. Just me. And also slightly bigger ones and even bigger ones if you want. But these are sort of stupid couple of quid, couple of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I use. Also, the white boxes from GMT.
I haven't got any of those yet. Ah, okay.
And the only problem is, of course, it's another box to find space for on your shelves. But they are handy. And if you've got, that's something I mentioned before, if you've got the lock and load stuff coming in, Blood and Fury and Stuka Dubry, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They
put them into these white boxes and then put the game in. Those are great to use as these, but again, they're a bit of a weird size and much thicker. But that's a good thing. I've got a couple of those. They're great for mounted boards because they don't tend to go back into the boxes. So I put a load of mine into one of those, which I think is great.
Now, I found also these little boxes for putting the, little cubes and stuff like that. They're great. I just have them off to the side in case I need them for any game to mark things. But it's nice to have these just in a little storage box because I kind of myself have moved away from baggies. I don't really care for using baggies anymore. I like to have in a nice tray and it's organized.
If you can fit them in,
infantry, cavalry, true. If you could fit it in.
Another suggestion for you guys is a lot of times when we purchase things, right, it comes in a box or it comes in a bag that you might be able to reuse. I had purchased these Dragon Shield boxes.
Okay.
It comes with the Dragon Shield, and you can actually use these to store all your different components in, and that helps organize inside you just put it inside your game box. You got all your components, and you don't have to worry about them.
There's mine, Coy. That goes fine. I don't know what the problem is, but yeah, no, it's fine.
It's in there and it's all organized?
Yeah, it's in baggies. I use baggies all the time, but I have to. Somebody said here that counters are, and Coy said counters. Yeah, they are. That's why I like to write on them what it is. And I put baggies in baggies as well.
Yes. Yeah, now, with Stuka's comment, I that would be interesting for storing magazine games with their counters. I mean, what I do currently is I'll take a GMT tray and store the counters for the game, and then keep the magazine bag that it's in and slide it all in, and then they stack much easier.
I use these Ziploc big plastic.
Oh, those.
Things. Yeah.
Okay.
For magazine games and for print and play games.
Interesting.
So that's what I do.
Well, I started. So my thing recently is that I've been, using these boxes to store a lot, and over time, you stack them and stack them and stack them.
That's what I've got at the back here. They're all stacked up behind me.
Yeah, and especially when you're pulling one box out, and there's a zillion above, and hopefully they don't fall off and everything. And so I was starting to I need to find a better solution because I want these to go back in the box. I don't like clutter. I'm a very organized person.
These are the new things. These Aegis trays. They're very thin. Nice. Very thin. Look nice. Yeah.
I started to go
and these as well
towards these guys. Cube for me.
Yeah.
And that's where I got these little cubes from. But I found I really like on their website that they come with solutions for specific games. and they tell you whether or not
yes, they do.
It's going to back in the box or not. Yes. So one of the biggest ones that I saw that prompted me to start getting stuff from them to see how it would work is they have a solution for World in Flames, where the classic version of the deluxe, not the super deluxe.
Oh, I'm not interested then. Not interested then.
But I have the classic version, and here it is, and it's all organized, and that's all the counters in the entire game.
That looks horrific, and it's God. Look at them counters.
Yeah, but it fits back in the box.
Well, there you go.
And it's organized. And I was shocked when I got it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it fits. Or another one here I'll pull out that I had stored away in multiple boxes, multiple of these boxes.
Yeah, they do. They just pile up. Yeah.
That was causing a problem, especially for this game, with 16 counter sheets.
Not a monster game, though.
No, of course not. No. Not a monster game. Instead, I got the Cube for Me trays, and they all fit back in the box. The entirety of the game fits in the box. And these,
my problem is,
and they're all organized by what they should be.
Yeah.
In the game.
My only problem is, from what I understand, Cube for Me is that they've got this little old lady in a shed, and they say, "This game, get it back in those boxes, sort it out." And so I'm a little bit concerned, about that, because everything they do seems to go back in the box. I don't know what they do to do it. They look very good. I'm not sure the price wise.
They weren't too bad. Yesterday I got a package in from them, and for instance, Traces of Hubris, one tray back in the box, and it's all organized.
Yeah, I've got mine in baggies. I don't care,
Or
and what does that one of those trays cost?
A couple of bucks.
Okay, that's not bad.
Is that it? Oh no, I think they're dear over here because they have to be shipped, of course.
$3. I mean, I was surprised they're shipping from Poland, and it only took about a week to get here.
Oh, they're from Poland. Oh, well, that's fine then. I'll
try and get some. Even for instance, from our buddy Mike Butterjelly for Wolfpack, the entirety of the game fits back in the box, and all these little.
Are they sleeved?
No, they're not sleeved.
There you go.
No, but little trays for the convoys.
As you know, I am a sleever.
A serial sleever.
I am yeah. It's that Monkeys song. Then I saw that game. Now I am a sleever. So.
Oh my God, I am a sleever.
When I saw that game,
Mike is right.
I'll have to sleever.
How many counters are in each one of these little
compartments?
Sections? Yeah, compartments.
It depends on, because they have some trays that are small and some trays that are thicker. The thicker ones I can put, for instance, between around 75 or 80 half-inch counters.
Okay.
In one little compartment.
Man off my own heart there.
They
do. Right, they do sell sleeve version. Well, that's fair enough then.
They do.
But do they then fit back in the box?
They do tell you. So here, I will actually pull it up.
Good question.
So let me pull this up and share it. Share screen and Wolfpack. Okay. So they tell you specifically, let me zoom in here. They tell you specifically that here is what you'll need. You'll need this to store the counters, and then 6 trays for storing cards, and it'll say without sleeves. But some of these sets that are on here, for instance, let's go with Let's go with the game that has cards. Let's say here.
In the Shadows does, yeah.
You can get these that in sleeves.
Because it's a smaller game. That's why they you can afford to have a slightly bigger box with sleeve cards in. Whereas Mr. B's Wolf Pack, no. And of course that wouldn't be any. What I would do, I would buy the counter trays and then put the cards into my old plastic bags. Good old plastic bags. Sleeved.
Paul sleeves the game counters.
I have heard that, and it's a little bit fiddly.
Interesting.
But, interesting, yes.
Huh. Now, Ruff, I'm interested. Yes, I agree. I have been very surprised how much I like those Q for Me stuff. So, Ruff, let me ask this. You said you had a solution for Warfighter?
Well, it's not a solution. It's just another big storage unit. Now, you can't see it down here, but just below my name there, if you've got Warfighter, you've got the ammo crate, yes?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? If you've got, it's a box. But that wasn't good enough. So I got this. This was originally for, not Eldritch Horror, the other one, the living card game. Not Eldritch Horror. What's it called? The other one, the living card game.
Arkham Horror?
Arkham Horror. It was for that.
Oh.
I got this. Oh, I had to build it myself. But in the top there, you've got a tray, bits and pieces. So that comes out. And I've got some counters in there in a thingy, and then I've got that.
Wow.
That's why I'm not buying any more Warfighter cards, because I've got that, and I've got the Warfighter ammo box, which is completely full up as well.
Okay.
Unless Sarah at DVG is watching and she wants to send me the Vietnam one, which I understand has got very good reviews. So thank you. But this is crazy. You can buy these things. They are for card games like Arkham Horror and that sort of thing. But yeah.
Give us an estimate of how many cards that you have and then how many sleeves. Like, are we talking...
Everything is sleeved.
Few thousand cards that you have?
No, thousands.
Thousands.
Yes. That was the game. Everything is sleeved. It's done. Okay, spent a few bob on the sleeves and the cards, but it's done. Yeah, I couldn't get the Warfighter one out because it's underneath a load of more bloody storage stuff, as you can see.
Just to... clarify, you're sleeving the cards because you want to
shuffle them.
You're going to shuffle the cards.
Yeah. And the cards.
I can guarantee you haven't seen more than 2% of those cards.
Mm-hmm. I think Michael has the right idea in the chat.
Yeah, I know. And that's why I'm not buying any more Warfighter stuff. I said I've got enough to last me a lifetime. And yes, there's some of the battle packs I haven't really tried yet. I mean, I've got Warfighter Europe, Warfighter Pacific in both, and Warfighter Modern. So it's a game I love. And
you sleeve your Aeon's End cards?
When I get round to it, I will do. Yes.
Yes, Rough Sleever Wargamer.
Because
that game either.
The problem is, of course, these aren't proper cards. They're not like bicycle cards, like playing cards. They're just basically punched out bits of card. So when you shuffle them, you're going to wear off the ink. And I've spent enough money on these and my other games.
Here's my question.
Yeah, go on.
I don't mean to sound like a jerk. I really don't.
Well,
but
try
do you
again.
know how many times you're going to need to shuffle a card to wear off the ink? you would have to play that game. Maybe I've seen it. Okay, we used to play Combat Commander at Cabs. We would go there and play it.
Yeah.
After 4 or 5 years of constant play, the game wore down. You could see some of the pieces, the ink was coming off. But that was 4 or 5 years of solid play.
Well, I'm not sure solid play is like playing it every day for 24 hours, but okay, 4 or 5 years.
No, I'm saying Combat Commander was probably played maybe 30 or 40 times a year. I mean,
right.
Somebody get it out, we would get it and play it. Boom.
So 30 times a year.
And I mean, the little counter that was keeping track of victory points. I mean, that thing was like just a nub.
That's why you use tweezers. So that's me. Yeah. That's me.
And I'm just wondering, like seriously, I could play a game 25, 30 times. And I mean, if I play a game 25 or 30 times, it is going to be like one of the best games in the world. Right. And I'm playing games 25, 30 times. And I don't sleeve the cards, and the cards are still fine.
We've had this conversation many a time over the 6 years we've been doing this malarkey.
That's right.
We agree to disagree. The other thing is they shuffle much better, from my point of view, they shuffle much better in sleeves because you've got cards that stick together because they're just bits of card. I made this point when I did the Warfighter unboxing, that GMT, great games, but all they do is punch out card and you get like a lip underneath where they've punched out the card from the sheet and that catches, and they're just printed bits of cards. So when you shuffle or shuffle, if you riffle shuffle, even worse, they're going to get worn. And I don't want to spend $100 on a game. I'd rather spend another, 15 quid on the sleeves, and I know they're going to last.
See, I don't have enough cards, like games with cards, to even know that. Know that's a thing. That
exactly. I've got no problem with him not, and DJ doesn't.
I don't either. I'm just trying to wrap my head around why you're doing this.
I'm trying to wrap my head around why you don't do it. So, it's nobody.
Okay, well, I will explain why I don't do it. It's a huge cost. I would need to literally play the game 50 times before the cards get wore out. And by then, I would just go buy another copy.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's cap that off and move on to the next part. Let's cap it off. Let's cap it off.
Happy with that.
And move on to the next part. The next part is, though, I mentioned the trays and everything, but when it comes to I'm a little bit like Ruff, a little OCD. I want my games to be.
I think that might be it. I think that might be my problem. I'm OCD, and that's why I sleeve. Oh, card edit. That's me.
I mean, I don't sleeve because I don't play card games enough that I'm going to need to. But I'm curious to hear both of your opinion, and as well as people in the chat, on when you're storing the games on the shelf, what's your system that you go by storing them? Do you go by publisher? Do you go by box size? I know some people do that. Or chronological year? Or by designer? What do you both go by?
Well, that's a great question. And
this causes a lot of grief as well. Weird, isn't it? Weird.
It's a very deep thing. Yes.
Stuka goes by publisher. Jester, I know you have your great piles, but I'm sure they're organized according to.
They are exactly organized.
He's got cream for that now, evidently.
And I'm not trying to be a jerk again, but this is the way I do it. It's by play. I organize by, if I'm going to be playing a game, it's going to be up front in the center. If I'm not going to be playing a game, it's going to be buried deep back. That's why Old School Tactical is buried way back there, because I'm not going to play in it for a while.
Very drolly and very droll.
So that's how.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that's how I organize because I don't have enough room to keep everything. So
sure. So by priority, gaming
but
priority.
by priorities, also by manufacturers. Like all my GMT stuff is here.
Sure.
All my lock and load stuff is all together. So all the pieces are together.
Okay. Ruff, what I know you keep them together.
Since it all went to crap, getting too many games in, what I use, and they're all over the place now, I do them by publisher, and within that, by historical timeline.
Okay.
My CDs and DVDs are done exactly the same way. Again, it's my OCD, if you call it that.
Sure.
So up here, right at the top here, we've got Ancients, and then we've got all the GBOH games all together in timeline order when they happened. Then we move on to Men of Iron, Vijayana Gagara there, and Musket and Pike, and so on, historically, down to World War I, World War II, done by series as well. So GBOH together, Mark Simonich's stuff together, Panzer together, Greg Smith's stuff together. So there's sort of little compact things happening, but done in timeline, So then we move on to, because most of my stuff is GMT. Then we've got Lock and Load. Cheers.
Lock and Load.
And even those are done by timeline. So we've got France first because that's 1940. Moving on to North Africa and so on. It's weird, isn't it? But that's how I have to do it. And then up to sort of modern stuff. Then DVG. They're done by... they're all sort of a muchness in their era, except Israeli Air Force leader is after that lot, and then Spruance leader is after those. Then we've got Decision Games.
Did you recently change your shelf there?
Do I change it?
Did you recently move those boxes from?
Yes, because to get more in.
That's what the player's aids do.
Yeah, and it's terrible. I hate it because you then stuff stuff on top, and it looks yuck. But
absolutely,
yeah, it does. And I just haven't got the room to put them all up because you get a little bit of extra space here. That's why I do it.
Okay,
but yeah, that's how I do it. Now over there, we've got all the Panzer Grenadier stuff all together.
Sure,
VUCA stuff, Compass.
I mean, I do mine by time period, but I don't subcategorize within it, like by publisher. Usually I'll do is, if I can, is I'll keep if within a particular, like Ancients or whatever, I'll try to keep the box sizes relatively similar, or from the biggest box down to the smallest box on that section.
Yes, that's the problem, because as Stuka said, and also they're all higgledy-piggledy. If you try and put them all by era, you get different size boxes, and that would just do my head in. I just be no.
Right.
No.
Well, see, that's where
sure. Just thinking
that's
about
where
it.
when I do by era, though, that I start from the biggest box to the smallest box. So each
no, it should be from the smallest to the biggest. Smallest to the biggest, not biggest. No, you see, you've done it again. Oh no, see what I mean? My books used to be small.
I order boxes that are all the same size. If they're wrong size, I don't order it.
Then or send them back and say, do it better next time, GMT.
Yeah,
because look,
there's one GMT box that I have that is slightly harder, and when I stack stuff, it makes it.
It does. It makes
it's uneven. Yeah,
it does my head in. I can't. Look. But anyway, that's me.
I mean, I do it the same. I organize my games the same way that I do books. Ancients all the way here, and then I move to like medieval, but I keep the time period going down the shelf. And like over here, I have World War I and World War II, and then moving on.
I think with books
back here and over here.
You're quite right. When I had books, were done by, like you said, by era, moving along. Didn't matter because books are books.
Did you keep the authors' books together?
If you've got more than one of them, yes, of course.
Yeah, if they're all within the same period. So like my favorite author, Adrian Goldsworthy, I have most of his books up here, and they're hardbacks, so I usually keep the hardbacks up here.
Yeah, and but the problem with games is they look better when they're all done by series. So I've got World War II here, but there's World War II over here as well, but they're a different company, and all those boxes look great together, as do old Mr. Simonich's games look great there. They're all the same.
I have done it by what Charles says. I did do that once where it was like more or less by – I would do it by era, but then sometimes I would subdivide it where it was by theme. So like if I had an ancient period, then okay, what theme? So it would start, First, Second Punic War, late Empire, or World War II, North Africa, Pacific, Normandy. Yeah, no.
Even that makes me go, oh, no.
No. But I do keep all the magazine games together, regardless of the era.
So I'm just going through the chat, so talk amongst yourselves and make sure everybody gets their say.
Oh, my gosh, DJ. Yeah, trigger warning for next show. We're going to do clipping versus not clipping.
I can't understand why... Anyway, whatever rocks your boat.
What's your boat?
That's great. Live and let live.
All I can say rough about you sleeving everything is bless your heart.
Yeah, and for people that don't, bless their little cops.
And again, I'm not saying you should. I own sleeves, right? So I'm not saying don't sleeve your games. What I'm saying is, sleeve the games you might be playing all the time. The other games,
that aren't being used. Yeah.
To be fair, there are some games I haven't played yet that I haven't sleeved because I haven't played them. When I get to play them, I'll sleeve.
That's good. That's good.
Things like Warfighter and other games I've sleeved because I'm playing them. Not all the time, but they're done. That's the thing.
Coy makes a very prescient comment. When a new game arrives, all of a sudden, depending on where it's going to go in the system,
yes, right, there is.
I got an unboxing. You want to do a live unboxing? Because I would love to hear what you guys think about this and what you would do with this.
Of course, that's all gone out the window now because I've got no room left.
I remember when this used to be a regular feature of the show.
Yeah.
What was that?
You unboxing things. What does Jester have?
Blimey.
Camp Sawyer, I actually remember when you all had a thing of people showing off. What is that?
We'll get to that here in a second.
Okay.
What is it? I love my board games. I love my board games, but what is it with these people making boxes that I bet they're sitting there in the company office thinking, right, we're going to make the box so big they won't have anywhere to put it. They won't be able to put it up on the shelf anywhere. Look at the size.
Yeah, so what would you guys do about this?
Leave it on the floor.
Stick it back in the box and take it outside. Just leave it there.
Play the computer game. Play the computer game. It's gone quiet.
My gosh. That's big enough. It could be a coffee table.
It's not the right size. If you look at Fantasy Flight's other big box games like this, they're a lot bigger. They're a lot thicker than this one.
That's a Fantasy Flight game, is it?
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest problem I've got is things like Mage Knight, because that was quite a big game, big square box. And Nemesis and Hexplore It. They're all sort of not quite the right size boxes.
That tends to be like, thankfully in wargaming, it's it's relatively gotten standardized, just not in everywhere.
They don't seem to think about the size of the box. You know, we've got so much stuff; it's got to go in this box. They've got to think out where they're going to put the thing.
That's maybe a topic for another time. Is like standardized maps sizes now 32 by 24 inches is the normal
I think
size.
32 by
22 by 34.
32 by 24, yes.
32 by 24. Okay,
22 by 34. Whatever.
22.
Go ahead.
32 by 32.
They do the same thing in Euro games. It doesn't matter what Euro game you get, the board's all the freaking same size because I think they have to fold it so it fits in their standardized box. So
not in that box. Crikey.
No, that was before our industry decided to standardize things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I got this one is because it's a very rare game that you're not going to find many copies of, and they're not going to be reproducing this game anytime soon. So
there you go, Jester.
Oh, hey, I will be more than happy to work something out with you, buddy.
I'm not sure where DJ is.
You got my email address? Let me know. Oh, I can't post comments for some reason. I've been blocked on this channel.
I don't know what the problem is there. It's your end. I've checked my end, so to speak.
idgesterlive@gmail.com.
idgesterlive@gmail.com. I would love to get the expansion for that. I got a few games that I might be able to trade. I got some trade materials for you. DJ Floppy, send me an email.
Jester Live.
Yes, Coy. Thunder in the East, definitely a Most Fearful Sacrifice. Huge box. That or Decision games. Their boxes are generally bigger, like Axis Empires or Imperium Romanum. There you go. He has your email.
Oh, he's got it anyway. So I put it
in
up
Seattle. There you go. Perfect.
Oh, Seattle. That's great. Okay.
Great.
So
yeah. Let me know. For sure. Email me and we'll work something out for sure.
Well, we only have a few minutes left.
Holy cow! It's running down.
Yeah, has gone by. So what? Since we tend to fly through this part, I thought I'd give a little time of Jester. What's your plans for this coming week?
I'm going to be playing Last Epoch probably all night, all tomorrow, all next week as well until I get burned out on it. It's
okay.
It's a action RPG game, and they just started a new season. And I built up a character all the way to level 980. I'm at 88, and I started a new character this morning. I got up at 8 o'clock. That's why I'm yawning. And I got another character up to level 50 already. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
So I'm probably going to be playing that, but here's the problem. Computer games are a time sink, as we all know, right?
Yeah.
Whenever I could play a board game 10 times faster. Like if I get on Vassal or if I get on Tabletop Simulator, it takes me 10 times longer to play because they're a time sink. And
there's a computer game I'm playing now. I'm trying to finish before I move on. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Oh my God, that's a big one.
It's a great game, but it's long. It's great though. Love every minute of it, but big game.
Very good. So, I mean, unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be playing many board games for a little while until this obsession. I'm very. What do you call a person? What do you call a person that becomes very obsessive over something?
Obsessive.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I do with my board gaming and my war game, whatever. Like I jump in like everything, like every waking moment I'm doing it.
Yeah, I'm like that too. You focus on something and you have to get it out your system. And so it's no, that's fine.
That's what I'm going. What about you, Ruff? You gonna get another video out?
Well, hopefully we've got part 5 coming out. Lots going on there. Oh, you'll be pleased. And part 6 is being starting to be recorded as well. Hopefully get that done in the next week or so. Get it out. And then I've got to decide what to play next.
I was about to ask you if you were close to the end and going to decide on what you're going to do.
I'm actually thinking about now because it's now happening again because things it didn't happen before because things were going on in real life as we all know. So that stopped me and things. But now I can get back on it, and I'm thinking, what am I playing next? What's next? Well, I've got, my list, of course. So I'm wondering what to play next.
I wouldn't start anything until after your con's over.
Oh yeah, because that's in a couple of weeks' time.
But you might while you're at the con, you might get an idea.
Mm-hmm.
You might see somebody playing something, go,
Right.
I really want to play that. So,
but I've got lots of that anyway. But I'm thinking of me 10 games. I'm thinking, do I play one of them, or do I go and just play what I want? You
pull out Red Strike and play the campaign.
Oh, blimey! I mean, I played that.
I got 6 or 7 done already.
But I haven't because of life. I haven't, and I've been behind. And I get it.
Because of life.
Yeah. No, Frank Sinatra had it right.
I know. When you spend all that time sleeving cards, you just can't play as many games.
Oh, get out of here. Stop it. That's a daft thing to say.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Sleeving I do in bed because then it doesn't take.
Oh, you got rule books with you in bed.
Yeah, I've got my rule books and I'm sleeving while I'm reading my rule book in bed.
God, he's putting his sleeves on.
Mrs. R is snoring her head off. And
that's how you put Mrs. R to sleep, is with the rule book, so you can start sleeving cards.
Yeah.
It's pretty embarrassing when you got to put your sleeve on so you can read your rule book in bed.
That's right, but that's me, and I don't. That's how it is.
Man.
I'm the way God made me. I'm sorry.
For me,
Friday might be doing a bit of fighting formations as well.
Oh,
and seeing if I get a bit more.
I know your major new #1 game was going to be Fields of Fire. Have you thought about playing that?
Well, I'm thinking I'm going to play, but it's not on my list. And I'm thinking
you didn't think ahead, did you?
I know. I didn't realize how good the rule books or the tutorials, if you like, are going to be. Andrew and Colin have done a fantastic.
You watch mine? I did a tutorial.
Yeah, I watched yours, but I want to do the whole lot. I want to use. I don't want to go through the play thing in the book. Mm-hmm. I want to do that, but pick my own action cards. So it's going to turn out completely different to what's in the book. Might not be successful, but it's going to be me working through the tutorials with my own pulling of the cards. So I don't know what's going to happen. And then at the end of that, play Keep Up the Fire, which is the one they recommend after you played the first book of tutorials, which doesn't use all the rules. So I might do that, but that's going to be another Atlantic Chase thing. That's going to go on. And I'm not sure I want to do that. I might do a few of the tutorials and then come back to it later.
As many videos that you put out, your little battle can take longer than the war did.
Yeah. But remember, though, you should spend more time playing than trying to decide what to play.
Yes, very well.
There is no bad choice. Just pick a game and have fun.
Yeah, but we'll see. I don't know with this.
Yeah, but how many times you started a game and go, I don't want to play this and put it away?
No, this is it. That's why I've changed. What I'm doing now, the next game I'm going to play, there'll be a delay because I'm going to get the game out and play it and see how it's going, how it's going to be videoed. It's going to be okay to video. Am I enjoying it? Is it going to be, is it tough to learn? So there'll be like a week's delay before I start recording because I want to play the game, 2 or 3 times to get my head around it before I play it on video. That's my new thinking. That was my New Year's resolution back in January, that I was going to make sure I'm going to play the game before, instead of just getting it out of the box, setting it up and going for it. I'm going to play it. So there might be delays between videos, but once we get going on it, it's going to be fine.
Sure.
That's my plan.
Okay. Mine is, I do want to keep playing and finish that, like I mentioned, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, but I have Plantagenet out and I might be going through that, or I don't know. I'm thinking about switching to something else, but we'll see. I did have the other day where I saw I saw a new PC game called Pax Augusta, which is a Roman city building game. And as soon as I looked at it, I thought, well, I have to have it. So I bought it. And because it's Roman and started playing it. And I was kind of blown away. It's the buildings and everything, it looks to be very authentic and very well done. So I want to get more into that. Oh yeah, thanks Nordic. And so I will probably get into that, but I don't know. I'm thinking Plantagenet, or I'm thinking either maybe I should do one of my 10 games. I've only done 3. So I should do more, but we shall see.
Well, I think I'll be using Tony to do most of my 10 games if I can.
Not Blue,
huh?
Not Blue,
or Blue if he's still talking to me. I haven't heard from him for ages.
Oh,
so no, I think he's just busy.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, we want to thank everyone for coming out. So this has been it's been fun, and we appreciate everyone, and we will see you all next week. I believe it's on Jester's channel, right?
Yes. No, it'll be rough.
Why?
It's rough. Oh, because he's going to be gone.
Oh, yes, because you did Gene last week.
That's right.
You did.
I can't. Hurry up and get 1,000 subscribers. Can you just subscribe to this man? So get him 1,000 so he can start hosting the thing. You know, good grief.
But we appreciate everyone, and we will see you all next week right here on Ruff's channel.
Push that like button. Thank you. Love you all. Nothing you can do about it. See you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
I mean, I can host next week if you want. I didn't.
Let me end the stream first because you're still yakking away. For goodness sake.